Let's get into it. 1, 2, 3. Let's get some more. Have your hands. Some more. Let's get some more.
Well, hello, and welcome to My Whiskey Den, your favorite public access whiskey review show where craft whiskey is king. Sorry, a second ago, the computer is giving me lag, so I did not know which way that was going to turn out for a second. But I am here, and yes, it's 3. Oh, there you go, that touched something, but we're going to keep going because I wanted to see your comments. And life is not going the right way there for a second. Oh, it is. But so I'm happy to see everybody here. We're going to be having some wood hat spirits, which we have had in the past. But Gary's birthday was just this past weekend. So we're going to have a little bit tonight. And we're going to, well, there's so much of it, we're going to be coming back another evening. But I am going to be starting out with the wood hat Bloody Dapper. Get this up here. We know where this came from because of the squirt bottle with the lovely design of how much you get. Yeah, and I don't know what the problem is. I came back and it was great, and then it went to crap again. So, all right, before I go any further, because I believe I'm going to be the only one here this evening, let me tell you about the Bar Cart Co-op, which is a collection of friends who put out whiskey and whiskey-related material for all the enthusiasts out there trying to get a little different niche to it. So let's go down the line. First, we're going to start with Distiller's Talk with Alan Bishop and Christy Atkins, where they go a little bit deeper than some of the rest of the shows, obviously because of Alan's background. But that's the longest running show of the series, and if you want to watch that, they definitely have some interesting people on all the time. Now, Alan has so many shows, we're going to go to another one. One Piece at a Time Distilling Institute. This is the show or place where if you have questions, Alan will answer them for you, which is wonderful. It doesn't happen all the time, but he will get back to you and let you know what he thinks or how he feels about a subject matter, which you don't always get everyone's honest opinion. So take that. After that, we have Bourbon Turntable with Mr. Kevin Rose when they blend the love of music with the love of whiskey. They are back off of hiatus and on live shows, so watch out for every new one coming out. I know they just did a show with Mojo Thunder, and they have a new album coming out as well too, so check out that. Then we're going to go back to Alan's last show that we know of at the moment. If you have ghosts, you have everything. This is where they take a look at the more supernatural, spiritual side of things, delving into a little more different background, but it is fantastically tied together. We have one more. It's the guy who does stuff better than us. He does a little bit better show. He does a little bit better reviews. He does put a little bit more into it. So if you haven't watched David Levine's Whiskey Ring podcast, you should. There are a couple companies that I have never heard of that came up this year. So fantastic shows from him. And that's it. We're back. I'm back at the top. And the computer jumped around the computer. It's actually working. And Neil's in the chat. Thank you, Neil, for being here. Saw Emily and Jesse. Thank you for being here as well, too. But damn light is all crazy. I am in a different spot. So we're just going to move this so that doesn't happen anymore. So we've all known Gary. We love the stuff. He's like the corn king or historian of kind of whiskey at the time, as I would put it. But this is the first one we're starting off with tonight, and I'm going to get this figured out because I'm upset about that. Sorry, everybody. I had to take things down for a birthday party, and I am all not in the right spot. There, much better. Sorry, that would have bugged me all night. So this is the Bloody Dapper. For me, this is one that was really one that put them on the map for me that jumped, like totally jumped out of the left field, because it's made from bloody butcher corn. Now we know plenty of places that use that and make fantastic stuff, but typically it's about, maybe 2.5 to 10%, some even up to 15 and a little bit more, but most of them are in that kind of that 10 or less range that you'll be putting bloody butcher corn in. This is 100% bloody butcher corn, which is why I found that interesting. And I haven't found anyone else who's been able to tame bloody butcher at that extent, just like pure all by itself. So this, I'm happy to come back to this. It's probably been a year or two since I've actually had the bottle I had of mine. So I'm excited about this. Spence, good to see you. Ooh, yeah, hold on here. Man, butterscotch. Okay, not like just caramel, but like a little butterscotch, because it rolls up the side of your nose. Brown sugar. Hold on here. I'm almost in a Christmas cookie. Yeah, I'm almost in a Christmas cookie mode here. This is a molasses cookie with raisins, a little bit of honey mixed in with it. And there's the spices in there, exactly what that kind of leads into. Then I obviously, on the second half of it, after you get past looking at that, you get a little bit more of the wooden barrel note, kind of hits you. I'm also getting this, not a heavy lemon, but just like the meringue of a lemon meringue pie, not the actual lemon underside that carries as much, but yeah, like that light toasted top of a meringue. That's in here too. Let's see if I can get any jelly notes or something. This is actually funly dense. Yeah, it's good. It's still a little hard to break apart, but that's because there's a lot going on. The raisin part was right. I'm gonna say I get a little bit of date, a little bit of date note in it. Not a fig, but like a date, because it's that little bit of darker sugary fruit note. So, all right then, let's dive in here. Oh, and cheers to Gary, by the way. Happy birthday. Okay. First thing I've had to drink in a day or two. Feels like it's coming in warm, like it's gonna be hot, but it never get that alcohol note. It just feels like it's warm coming in, and I think that maybe the first drink I've had in a day or two, like I said. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. Oh, okay. This is gonna be a problem. I don't know how many of these I'll be able to do, because this just turned into, it was this weird combo of like date fig blueberry pie. Mm-hmm. Coming in, it almost feels like a fairy floss or cotton candy, like a light spun little sugar on like the outside bubble of the flavors is like just kind of rolling around for a second and slightly, and it goes away. And then the flavors start to like come forth. But It feels like there's a slight little bubble around the outside edge, and it's got that like little lightly sugared edge to it, almost like a pastry as well too sometimes. You get this. It's almost like a little bit chewy on the second half of it. You get to kind of bite down into it as you're going through it, and it rolls up around the side. It's a dense, rich. I'm not gonna. Ooh, I don't know if I'm gonna go molasses cookie right now, but I'm thinking it's. Okay, I'm back to that big date, a little bit of like blackberry, blueberry almost on the inside of this, like holiday pie, where the crust is made as like, what is that, pfeffernussy. Like it's got this other texturally issue to it, and it has like a little bit more chew than was expecting. All right, fine. Do a little more. Research says I couldn't peg that down. I better go back. Sorry, everybody. And cheers to all of you out there. How have you guys been doing? And have any of you guys had any of Gary's recent stuff? He had they had a 3-bottle release that was sounded pretty outstanding for his birthday. That thing, I think they had the Orange Flint, and they had a couple other new ones that just yay to all the things he does. Well, yes, for science. Can't say for stupid. You gotta say for science. It works out that way. Pfeffernuss pie. The bottom and the little crust on top, even with the icing. Then just like buried in there, a bunch of, like I said, like, and it's weird because you want to say date and fig and it's a lot, but it seems like it's just rolling together really nicely. And you got blueberry and a little bit hit the strawberry, and I didn't hit the meringue yet. I don't get it as much on the meringue note on the taste. I think that was a little bit more, got a little bit more, like I said, that little cotton candy that burst early and then the flavors came out of it. All right. I said I was only going to do one because I was flying solo tonight, but I feel like that would be a waste of everyone watching. I mean, we got people live here. We'll do a Rubenesque. That will save for next week the All-American and the Old Blue single barrel, which I'm excited about Old Blue. Hopefully, and I didn't see it, they put Blue from Old School on, like "You're my boy Blue," and that was on there, because that would be my single barrel pick if I did all blue corn barrel. Kind of have to. So gotta rinse a little bit of that out. It's, oh, by the way, sticking around quite a bit. It's a little drying over time, but really clings in there. That's one that you could really let it sit on afterwards and let your food develop. Neat, I would think, in pairing with food, because it lingers so much. I feel like it could affect it, what you're putting in afterwards, kind of comboing one off the other. Interesting thought on that, but we'll save that for next time. So, oh yeah, the Orange Flint, and that's an interesting one, Neil, just because I heard good things about it, and it was still relatively young compared to most releases at the time. So plus it's just fun. You know, there's another the gem corn that Iron Root has. I want to see what does that turn into, right? That's just like a rainbow corn breed. So do you get a titch of everything? You know, does it turn up like to this like amalgamation that blows your mind, or you know, could go the other way too. That's the beautiful thing about it. But all right, we're gonna jump now into the Rubenesque on the nose here. Ooh, ooh. Well, we'll see. There could be a trip to Kansas City coming at some point. My my one from the friend from the military just happened to move back there, and he was all like, "I'm just down the road from here and here, and like we can go to J. Rieger and we can ride down the side and we can go there." And I'm like, and we know Ryan, we can stop in and talk to him, and we can do this and we can do that. And he's like, "Oh." But yeah, like I said, Kansas City is I still believe underrated in the whiskey scene. Um, Getting more to that range now, but I think what a lot of people are seeing overall, and sorry I'm tangenting, um, it's hard to keep a couple distilleries in a city, even if it's a big city, really working well and competing. Um, just like with some beer and stuff recently. So I I give them kudos to that. So sorry, back to what had. I'm gonna come back here. This is a little bit tougher to come after. I probably did this wrong in order of things, but lighter, a little more herbal from the last one. Well, the other one, like the berry and the other spice notes and a little bit barrel note was strong. This one's got, I'm going to get it here. Like the light hint, a little eucalyptus hint. Nothing like bullet eucalyptus. Okay, this is just like in the background, light. This isn't like being brushed with a leaf. And it's lighter. Maybe I broke my nose with the first one. Hold on here. This one's got a little bit more. There it goes. There's an effervescent note at first, and there still is on the top edge of it. Almost like a hint of Pinot. And then I'm getting a little bit of nut on the side. I'm going to say walnut. And this light pastry, but that's just a baking note. Not baking spices, but almost like the little bit of a yeast cooking bread. And a little bit of a dusty barn note. All dry, nothing wet. Yeah, on that top end, it does get like this champagne and molasses note. But it's light. It's much lighter than the Bloody Dapper. So you can really kind of cut into this. But this one's flavors seem to be hidden in here pretty well. Mm. Ooh. For me right now, the way we did it, well, I was getting that little effervescent thing, and there is a little white winey kind of note, grapey note. Welch's grape, not dark, but the green grape, not the Concord grape. There's a little bit in there on the front half of that for me. That's really interesting. Mm-hmm. It hits like that, but then all of a sudden, it's baking spices, caramel, a little bit of dark chocolate. It's covering something. Some type of cream chocolate. It's a dark cream chocolate. You know the ones where you can go to a candy store and you get the box and it's the crapshoot box where some are good, some are bad. One of them is fucking coconut. God awful why they do that to people. And there's one or two other ones where they're a bit shady as to how they became an actual candy, but whatever, they're in the box. This is what I'm getting. Like it's almost like a dark chocolate. I gotta find what the cream thing is on the inside here. Ooh, lemon raspberry, real light. Like as if you were biting through that chocolate, and all of a sudden it just slips through for a second. This is the bottle and bond always usually probably a little bit better, a little bit punchier. But for what this is, the really nice thing about most just about all of Wood Hat spirits, I'm gonna say all of them, they have a very good mouthfeel to them. They have excellent cling. They make you remember that you had something after you drank it. They don't. I'm not gonna say they don't. Well, they don't fade away easy, but it's not like they're sticking with you negatively either. There's just some like this light barrel note, a little bit, like a little bit of oh, I'm just getting a little like a light dusty barn, light hay note, and it's got this really neat finish to it. It just has a good way to go. Anyway. Yeah, Mitch's favorite before. Yeah, on the first one, that is definitely one I would say that worked on the first one. The Pfeffernusse. I can only have so many of those. I don't know. I couldn't have a pack. I can have a couple Pfeffernusses, but I can't have a whole pack. Maybe it's just me getting old with age. Maybe my insulin or something is just like automatically like, oof, slow down, chief. And that's why I like straight liquor. Get away from all those sugars in the drinks, people. Yeah, okay. Back to this one. Neil is right. Yeah, like I was saying, they hang around in a pleasant way for a while. It's not like domineering. Feels like you could walk around. Another reason, there was a point where I was younger, and like I was just talking about, like you don't want to have a bunch of mixed drinks, but you also don't want to just hammer shots all night either. And you want to find this little like happy medium. You can have a drink or two of this, or sip on your whiskey, hang out for a little bit while it coats your palate and goes away. And if you need to go fast, you can. It's easy enough to just finish your drink and go back up to the bar. But this is something where you can let it sit for a couple minutes or 5 minutes. You don't have to just keep going back to it. Let me equate it this way. My son's friends at an arcade for his birthday party. Some of them would go play an actual arcade game or a shooting game or something that takes, could take anywhere from 2 minutes to 15 minutes, depending upon how good you play. Other kids would go play something where you slide a card through or you drop a coin down and that's it. 10 seconds later, it's gone. Well, they're back every 2 minutes. I'm out of money. Can we have another card? And I'm like, well, what did you play? How did I'm like, these two haven't even used anything up. This way, you can extend your enjoyment of an evening. Is what this does. It just kind of lets it ride out nicely. You don't have to be going unless you want to. Yeah. It just brightens up. Ooh, there's some at the top end though. Now I'm getting almost like a blueberry muffin with icing on it. I could be broken. I swear it's got a little bit of raspberry. Either that or something happened and I can taste everything all of a sudden. Yeah, there's a raspberry strawberry note at the top end. A little bit of icing on it as well too. It's both fantastic. Like I said before, Gary does a bunch of great stuff, but these are two wonderful examples that are pretty standard releases for them. The other ones we're going to talk about, not so much, but when your entry points are these and they just have this nice punch and ongoing smoothness and uniformity to the drink as well too. I'm talking about flavors and other stuff here tonight. I'm not talking about how this flows most of the time. This is a very seamless transition between things. That's why I'm picking some flavors, saying this and that, because there's no line where it's, oh, this is this, this is this, this is this. This is all married together wonderfully. I mean, I know the Bloody Dapper is what it is, but nonetheless, the way it coalesces is fantastic. So, all right, people, I've got a half hour in. We're going to come back next week on an actual Monday show. I think what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 more next Monday. And then the Monday after, Mitch will be back. This is really Mitch's baby, so that's why I don't want to jump all over it too much. He'll be back, and we will go over what else we have. I've been a little busy, but I am off this week. So this week, I know that Gary has talked to us about wanting to get back on the show. So I'll talk to him, and we'll see if we can't swing him in here a little bit after we look at these, and say happy birthday the right way, because we didn't get to go out there the way we wanted to. So until next week. Oh, it didn't even freeze up. Boy, I'm lucky there. I thought it was going to go bad. So until next week, remember, it's not the size of the den that matters. It's the love of whiskey. Cheers, everyone out there.
What?